Hey everybody, welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live. Well, that's kind of a fib. This is actually a pre-recorded edition of Make Every Second Count Live. We're shooting this on Monday or on Sunday because I am speaking on Tuesday night. So it's pretty awesome, and unfortunately I won't be able to answer any of your questions tonight, but you should still ask them. I will answer them after the broadcast is over and I am home. But I would also like you to please share this video out. Invite people to watch this video because I know today's guest is amazing. So, with no further ado, I would like to bring to the stage Dr. Loren Michaels Harris. Hey, Doc, how are
Peace.
you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you, Jeff?
Oh, I am doing phenomenal as well.
Good to
It's
hear.
great to see you today. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to be here with me.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I know you just got home from driving hours, so you're probably kind of tired, and I
No,
definitely thank you then.
I'm not at all. I'm kidding. Not never too tired for you.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much
Of course.
again. And if you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, what you do, and more importantly, why you do what you do.
Okay. Well, I'm Loren Michaels Harris. I live in Naperville, Illinois, which is a quaint little suburb outside of Chicago. Close enough to the city to appreciate the city, but far enough away to be glad I'm not in the city. So, and what do I do? Um, that's a loaded question.
A little
Um,
bit of everything, right?
I know this is kind of, I don't want to sound cliche, but it's true. I do my best in every way I can to ease suffering in the world. That's what I
That,
do. And
that's
so,
fantastic.
you know, that's pretty much through story, which is speaking, which you yourself do, which is how we met. So through that, um, I have been with the E360 television network for 7 years, and I have a morning show 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, by the name of Bathrobe Moments. And so I do that. I have a television network myself, Trajectory TV, the magazine of the same name, Trajectory Magazine. And I coach. I coach people who are um, being fast tracked, if you will, by whatever they believe is greater than themselves, which means people that have been primarily navigating in their divine purpose for quite some time, but for still for some reason they haven't elevated to that level in which they desire in order to fulfill their soul's journey. And so I do that, and I love kids because my entire journey and story is pretty much wrapped around that season known as childhood, including my own, which we'll get into later. But I love kids. They're the future. They hold the answers to so many questions, the secrets to so many mysteries. And so I have a little thing called the Power of We Symposium, and it is designed to pour into kids, all kids, but primarily kids for whatever reason. Doesn't mean they're a certain color or from an economic situation of any particular uh, style or amount of, where they live, but just kids who want to be heard and want to be and deserve to be acknowledged. So the Parway Symposium pours into kids. We went to Romania about 2 months ago, and that was our first international one, which was awesome. It was better than awesome. It was epic. It was totally epic. So really,
Epically awesome.
epically awesome. I love it, and that's what I do. And I get up every day and just seek what is next. So, that's pretty much it, Jeff.
That is pretty darn amazing, I have to say. I love kids too as well, and that might have something to do with my near-death experience at the age of 17. But I know that there are a lot of things in the world that we must overcome. Now, when I say this, I'm going to explain it a little bit first. So, I believe that we have to grow through things in order to get through things. So, I'm not going to just say go through, but grow through. So, has there been anything you have had to grow through in your days?
Everything, everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. Every beginning is a seed to something. Everything, So, and I am right with you. If I was in my studio right now, I would ring the bell, bing,
Mhm.
because ring the bell because every time some truth is out on the table, just like that bell, the truth has a ring to it. So when you said that, I heard the bell, ding. Yeah, and I say that myself that if you want to get through something, first you have to go into it. If you want to get through the house, you got to go in the front door to come out the back door. Um, so yeah, you must go, and then you grow. You come out the other side. You are an authority because you went through it. So now you show, you know something. So you go, you grow, because, oh, I know something now. Then you show other people. So,
You
they
grow,
rhyme
you
for a
grow,
reason.
you grow, you know.
Yeah, I
And then
know.
you show, right?
And then you show others. Simple
Yeah.
as that. So when you say grow through something, yeah, every day I seek anything, and I actually ask those things in this world that we cannot see, i.e., angels, beings. I believe in all of it. And I literally give permission to every being that was created through that same source of light, love, and purpose that I believe I was created through to do what they were divinely uh, uh, given the power to help me find my highest self in this day. So every day is a new seed I go into every day, with a fresh plot of land, if you will. you know
That's a great thought because check this out, guys. He goes into every day as a new day, as a new seed that he gets to grow out of. And that is amazing, guys. So I want you to think of every day as a new day, something where you get another chance to be the best you can be and live your best life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me just say this, because I don't want people to think it's like we do know that we must practice everything,
Yeah,
but
it's not perfect.
not a cookie cutter thing. It's not like I get up and at eight at well, I get up at 4:30 every day. So like at 5 o'clock, I
Yeah,
don't sit out here on the deck and meditate. I get up every day because the thing is, I'm a different player on the field of life every day. I'm playing a different opponent. I have, when I call on all the angels and the beings and the things I believe are here to help me and serve me, I need a different team every day because I'm playing on a different field against a different opponent every single day. So I literally give them permission to help me find and discover and understand as best I can my highest self in this day, because the team I need today may not necessarily be the same team I need to play that opponent tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
it,
So
it's like a blank palette every day, a blank
yeah,
canvas every day. You can draw what you want, sketch what you
yeah.
want. Mhm.
And what if you can't draw though?
Then that's why we leave room around everything we are for what is greater than us to co-create with us. So where my human frailties or inabilities or non-capabilities, if that's a word, um, where I fall short, let's put it that way. Whatever I believe in that is greater than me picks up and goes from there. We have to leave room to bend to the will of what is greater than us. So I leave space because I can see what's here, but I'm the only creature out of all those ones that I just mentioned. I'm the only one on this earth that can speak. So that
Yeah.
means I have dominion. So that means they work for me. And so I give them permission to work with me. not for me, with me. And they do. So it's just a great thing. It's like double dutch, spiritual double dutch. We're both in there, getting it in.
Yeah. That's pretty darn amazing.
It is
But
amazing.
all right, so I went through a severe car accident. I
Yeah.
spent 2.5 months in a coma and 3.5 in the hospital. They told me I wouldn't walk again. But here I am today. I'm up and I'm walking and I'm going around the world adding value to people's lives. But has there been any moment in your life that tried to hold you back like that?
At least 30 to 40 times a day, there's a moment that tries to hold me. See, I'm going to tell you something. Experience. Yeah, like let's take your accident. Some people think, yeah, that's monumental. But look where it led you. Now, what about a little thing? Say you get in a fight with a good friend and you hold a grudge against each other for 30 years. It may have seemed like a little thing, but 30 years later, it's looming bigger than the accident because it did not serve you. You didn't go in and disassemble it. You didn't reverse manifest it to figure out why it had to happen. See, so it's really important. I know this to be true in my life anyway. There are never any mistakes. That's just life keeping my journey interesting. That's all it is. Because it's never about one thing, Jeff. Your accident at the time, I was like, oh, poor Jeff. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Jeff. But see, you knew it was not about somehow, maybe not in the moment, but it led you to today. How bad could it have truly been? Because look at all the lives that it led you to. It couldn't have happened any other way.
No, not at all. So let's say that somebody else is going through something. Say they lost their job.
Yeah.
And they're unable to find another job right now, which I don't think is really true. I think they should take any job, but that's beyond the point. So, what would you tell somebody how they can approach their circumstances in order to better serve themselves?
Well, I'll use that same example. The person
Yes.
who has lost their job.
Yes.
I lost jobs in my life, and it kept happening and happening and happening, but it led me to that day where when I did get that job, like you said, any job, I took it. But I didn't take it waiting for the other shoe to drop. Well, let's see how long this one lasts. I took it and I started thinking, okay, it's never about one thing. This is temporary. This too shall pass. So what else could I be challenged to learn? And that's how I got to the point where I work solely for myself today. I no longer build the dreams of other people by working for them at wholesale. I build the dreams of myself and help build the dreams of others by working for myself and others retail. See, it's not see when you work for other people and you lose jobs and you think it's just because you can't put a price tag. Oh, I'm only making this much an hour, this much a week, this much a month, this much a year. And you start valuing your place in this universe based on your tax return. No, no. When you start pouring into yourself, you find overflow. And now you give to others because you understand the value of yourself and of your stories and everything that you've been made to live. And so it could be just that this person, I would say to them, maybe you should maybe there's something in you that is knocking on the door saying, hey, let me out. Let's do this. Let's build something that belongs to us. Because I'll tell you something, all of your divine gifts are designed to bring wonderful things to this world. They come through us on our way to others.
Yeah. So how can you define or realize what is knocking on that door?
Well, I go by process of elimination. I see a lot of people, and even when I work with my coaching clients, a lot of coaches will do this. When people come, they start pointing out to the coachee what they don't have. No, I always go back to let's do an inventory. Let's see what you do have. What's in the cupboards? What's in the pantries? What's in all of those proverbial junk drawers in our lives? What have you let fall through the cushions? Forgot that you threw up in that canister on top of the refrigerator. Let's dump everything out. Do an accounting. Why? Because why should the universe, God, spirit, whatever you believe in, if you want more than pennies, then do right by the pennies you have. And all of a sudden you look and there's a stack of nickels. Over there's a pile of dimes. Over there's a big fountain spewing out quarters, dollars, and beyond. Because once you are a good steward in one thing, you're showing the universe that you have the capability of being an even greater steward in other things. And so then blessings abound. Abundance is the key. So, but why you'll never have abundance if you don't honor what you already have. And that's very important. Start with what you have, and then it will automatically show you. If let's say our life and our journey was a big banquet table. If we start filling the chairs around the table with the things that have already made it to the banquet, when we're done putting them where they belong, we look and we really only have 2 empty seats. Now I don't have to go out and look for all 20 guests or members of this table. I need to only find the 2. So it's a lot easier when you see what you already have. Well, I got you, I got that, I got this, I got you. What's missing? It's a lot easier. And it's a lot more profitable. It's a lot more enjoyable. And it's just, I believe that's purpose. But you got to be a great steward. Honor what you already have and understand why you have it. It took a lot to get to that point, that day, that moment where that became a permanent thing in your life. You see,
Yeah.
so honor it by being a great steward.
So how do you become or be a great steward? I mean, that's not just saying thank you for what I already have, but is there some other way there that
Well,
we
sure.
need to honor that stuff or?
Yes. Thank you. Great question, Jeff. Because a lot of people, attitude of gratitude. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Well, okay. Let's say, okay, these cookies my sister-in-law gave me yesterday, right? So
Yeah,
let's say I desired cookies. Oh man, I wish I had some cookies. Boy, do I need a cookie.
I
Well, first
need a
of all,
cookie.
I know you do. And if you were here, you could have all these. But the thing is, and the difference is, a lot of people, Jeff, don't understand the difference between need and want.
Yeah,
See, like if I wanted to lose 10 pounds, I might write it on a post-it note and stick it on the refrigerator. But then 3 months down the road, somehow I've gained it. Why? Because want is like a wish. It is. It has no plan, but a need has a plan to it. If the doctor says you need to lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds, Loren, I'm going to say, well, how am I going to do that? Because here's what we're going to do. Here is your plan to
yeah,
get us there. You see? So when you find what you need, then you seek what you decide what you're going to do with it in order to get to that place you want to be. So, Loren, if you want that, then you need this. And so when you honor the thing you have, when you're a great steward, you say, okay, this is what I have, and here's what I'm going to do with it. Because it's not enough just to say, there it is. There's a canister full of cookies now on the counter. Do I really believe all of those cookies were for me to devour? Or do I
yeah.
need
Well,
to
I
find out
would.
who else desires a cookie and give it away? See, Jeff needs a cookie. See,
I,
now I'm being of service. I'm
I want
sharing.
the rest of the thing too.
What thing?
I want the whole jar of cookies. Forget just one.
And somehow I believe you really mean that.
Oh, I really do.
And if you tasted these, oh my goodness. My sister-in-law, she cooks everything from scratch. It's really good. But you see what I'm saying there, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like this. When we write our intentions down, for instance, and I do that. Why? Because it's like a contract. First and foremost with myself, and then with what I believe is greater than myself, my co-creation partner. So I write it down and I say to you what is greater than me. Okay, here it is. Here's my plan. Here's my plan for what I need. And when you give me what I need, and I show the picture, here's what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
How I'm going to use it to further the quenching of that thirst that my soul came to this world thirsty to quench.
Yeah.
What do I want to leave this world having accomplished? How can I ease suffering in this world with this? This might not be the entire answer, but I guarantee you, if it's here and I did what I needed to do for it to be here, it is a part of the master plan. And it will lead me to the next piece and the next piece. See, purpose, passion, then patience. And patience is the piece so many people struggle with because we want it now. Drive through.
I
I don't feel
struggle
like
with
going in. Give it to
patience.
me now. Right. But if you get something before you're ready for it, you cannot be a great steward. That's why so much shit ends up in people's proverbial junk drawers of life. Because they haven't, what am I supposed to do with this now? Well, it's here. Inventory it. So that when the other piece comes that clicks into it like a spiritual seatbelt, you go, oh, wait a minute. Where have I seen this before? Oh, I have the other piece, the male and the female, click, where they go together. So now the current, the frequency, which is leading you and guiding you, intuition and instinct and all those things that we cannot prove, they all start falling into place. Just
Wow.
like that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, wow, I can't even wrap my head around what you just said because, wow. Oh, let's see here. So,
You killed me, dude. You're
man,
so funny. I
I,
just love you,
I
Jeff.
just messed up my hair too.
I
Darn
know.
it.
Oh, me too. Oh my God. Look,
Yeah. Oh, I have a little bit more than
you have
you.
a lot more than me. Lucky you.
No, not really. Look.
Yeah, but you can rock it though.
All right. Well, I rock it. Rock it with my socks on.
There you go.
All right. So I have to ask. You were mentioning coaching before.
Mm-hmm.
And what exactly do you do in your coaching? How do you help people lessen their suffering? And how can people work with you if they want to?
I give people what my here it is. I'm going to tell you what they tell me. They tell me the reason they love working with me is because Dr. Loren gives me permission to be me. And I would have never known if I was putting that into, say, a marketing piece to lure, if you will, or dangle a carrot in front of prospective clients. I would have never known that piece. I would have never thought of that. But that's what they tell me. And so what they mean by that is that ties back into what I said about I see them. I see them and I speak to what I see. So that's my piece. But then there's the co-creation that is a part of my journey, which I refer to as my divine gifts. And one of my divine gifts is what is greater than me, from time to time, affords me brief glimpses into the greatness of others. And so when a client is chosen for me and I am chosen for them, because it's really never our idea to find each other, even if we think we did. That was a divine appointment, a divine and sacred connection. So the first thing I do is I seek discernment and I ask what is greater than me. So what do you want me to do with what you have shown me about this person? And then they tell me They show me. So when I relate these epiphanies, if you will, these glimpses to my clients, I let them know what I'm about to share with you about you is not something I see as much as it is what I have been shown or told to do my best to explain to you. And that changes everything. Now, I'll tell you another big piece about my coaching is because I know how it comes and how I don't seek people out. I wait until they're sent. And when they come into my coaching, they don't come in for 6 weeks, 3 months. They come in for life. So, a lot of people have paid for coaching for 9 weeks or 3 months or whatever that deadline is. And so constantly it's like a woman who's getting older and waiting to have a baby. She can't get pregnant. She starts everything because that proverbial, that's how they say it. That is that you feel it stalking you, running out of time. And when you're working with somebody in coaching, and how do I know what the divine plan is? The timing of when you are supposed to step into your next phase of greatness. If I see it once, I know it to be true. And you only need to see and acknowledge the truth once. Why? Because it is the only thing that I know of in this universe that never changes and never changes on us. So when the universe shows me, God shows me that greatness glimpse of somebody like you, who am I to say, well, come into my 12-month program, come in here for life? Because I know what I saw and it's going to happen. And I'm willing to stand with you until it happens. And so that in and of itself, Jeff, changes that experience of coaching for the people that work with me, because they know, the first 2 or 3 months, they may come in an hour a week because we're doing housekeeping. We're polishing up shit. We're getting hangnails taken care of. We're being great stewards, cleaning up, dumping out all those junk drawers, digging in the cushions of their life, looking under the seats, gathering everything to the middle of the kitchen table. So we can, some of that shit's got to go in the spiritual garage sale. Some of it we got to donate to the Spiritual Salvation Army or Goodwill. Some of it we need to polish up and put it in that curio cabinet where you show things off. But what we're doing is we're being great stewards by making an accounting. And once we do that, that means that we are accountable. And once you're accountable, you change everything. And so all of a sudden, they think my predictions are coming true. No, I saw them because they were already true. Dreams don't come true. Dreams are already true. They're just waiting on you to acknowledge it.
Yeah. Wow.
Period.
So, back to my original question, though. How can people work with you?
Here's what if somebody thinks they want to work with me, they make an appointment on my Calendly. We talk, but I don't say, well, are you in? On the spot. I don't let people say. Sometimes my offer comes out, I promise you. I can give you names. And before I get it out of my mouth, I'm in. And I said, wait, hold on. Take what you have felt and learned and experienced here today. Take it back to that sacred place where you make those covenants first with yourself and then with what you believe to be greater than you. And if you feel from all directions, top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, and from corner to corner, corner to corner, that this is for you and that you need it, and you can start seeing what you're going to do with it when you get it, then you book another appointment with me and you come back, and that will be that.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. So how can people get a hold of you if they want to?
Sure. They can. The best thing is to just use Calendly. I can't feel frequency through an email. I can't feel your frequency, and you can't really feel mine through a voicemail even, or a text. I like face-to-face, heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul. So I want that virtual chat. Let's have some virtual coffee and chop it up and just see if we can vibe. Because now we have come together in agreement in creating, therefore, fulfilling the promise of where 2 or more come together. Now we're inside of a sacred space when we start talking about this stuff that is supposedly so important to us. So I say, book that meeting. Because if there's no vibe, there ain't nothing to talk about. I'll connect you with anyone I think that may be a good fit for you. But it has to start with an actual conversation. See, the reason I don't leave important stuff up to AI is because AI doesn't have a soul. Both of us do.
Yeah.
Both of us do. So that's where it starts, that's where it goes, and that's where it ends.
So how do they find your Calendly?
Well, I can give it to you. It's www.calendly.com/Loren Michaels Harris. You type that in, you're gonna get my calendar pulled up. Book 15 minutes, 30 minutes if you need 60. There may be something heavy on your heart. Whatever you feel you need, book it. And that's the start.
Wow. The guys, take advantage of this, because this man actually knows what he's talking about, and he has lived it. And I'll just say that take advantage of it. Take advantage of the opportunity while the opportunity is of your advantage.
Dang.
But so I have to add one thing here.
Okay.
And that is, I need each of you, including you, Doctor, to do me a favor this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. I need you to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when the seconds are going to run out on your one life.
Amen.
Any final words, Doc?
You're absolutely right. That's right. That's you. There's nothing left to say.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you again. You have a great day. Namaste.
Peace.